Okay, round two. Don't know what my opponent plays. He mulligans to 6, so it's maybe some kind of mulligan deck. Not sure. This hand is it's not great. We don't have a Mystic or Jace or Lingering Souls, but we don't know what we're up against, and to discard will hopefully buy us enough time so that we can play our Dirtling. So keep this one. So now let's see. Do we fair Wasteland? No, I don't think we do. So lead off with this. The other way would be to fetch basic here, but I think I'll save it. The deck seems dirty with the top. Or if it's Doomsday or something, we can play discard, so we want to maximize our brainstorms. Now, looking at this, the best card in his deck is probably Jace, so I mean, if I had an aggressive start, I would have picked Brainstorm, but I think or Shardless Agent. I mean, with top going, he can just put visions. The thing is, we have another discard, so if we go for Jace now and we go for Inquisition on this next turn, he will be left with a Brainstorm and a top, and that's not good tempo. So if he uses those cards instead of playing threats like this one, we would be happy going into the late game and having the souls ready. So what do we do here? Do we care here? No. I'm glad we took the Jace, since we would have been able to cast it. We have the Force of Will, but that's never an argument of letting something happen, since we have to, in this case, exile counterspell. So what now? We get our agent out of here, and then we have Force of Will for Jace. Nothing but Jace is worth Force of Willing. I think maybe Ancestral Vision. So yeah, he hides it on top. Oh, thought I could get something there. The Brainstorm is used, so that's good news. Tarmogoyf. 4 or 5. I mean, no. Some dudes. What do I care? More inclined to fetch basic planes if I get the chance. So I play this, fetch basic island, I think. Could go for Scrubland, so that he cannot cut us off black. Do we play Wasteland? No, I don't think so. Could be playing Punishing Fire though. So we go for the greedy but easier way to cast spells. Oh, drawing. Is he going to force that one? What did he do? He just missed that one. Did it? He just topped. Yeah, he just tapped. He tapped the Hierarch. I got kinda confused there. Counterbalance. That is something we can counter. I should have mentioned it when I saw the top. Seems likely he has it. So now basically we take some beats and we race in there, and then when we get on a low life total we start to jump. We have so many cards to turn this around now. That's not one of them. To be able to flashback both next turn, I'm gonna play this, be more mana effective. And I can take another swing here, so I'll attack. And if he attacks with the agent, I'll gladly block. So trading is what I want to do. Should be a bit careful though. I forgot about lightning bolt. So if he attacks with Exalted Tarmogoyf for 6, and we fetch and he has a bolt, we will be dead. So it's not signaling that we have it, since he would have attacked with agents. So I guess we can start shunt mode. We want to do that as late as possible because we want more souls to be able to attack. And here comes Vendilion Clique, and he will target us, and we will respond with the non-black white source, so we can flash this back by killing Tarmogoyf. Clique is not that big of a problem with tokens. And we will keep the Flooded Strand, since he cannot put it down with Vendilion Clique. So fetch Tundra, I think. No Shoker or back to basics incoming, so yeah. Just a bunch of souls. With the agent he is not running Engineer Explosives, because that's about as bad as a Cascade gets, I think. And there's no black, so no Maelstrom Pulse. And I assume he has no sweeper like Fire Spout, since that seems odd in a semi-aggressive deck, like I talked about in my deck tech earlier. So we're gonna play cards and turn them sideways. The non-interactive game of Magic. Perhaps some blocking will occur. If he attacks with a click, you can expect him to have another one, but that doesn't really matter. So 4/4 incoming. Exalted Racing Souls is not that good. We could like block with our whole team to kill it, but then the 5/3 will kill us instead. So right now we're gonna jump the Exalted dude and attack with the rests. We can even afford to take one swing, that's 3 Exalted for 5, bolt 6, 7, 8, so we can afford to leave just one dude at bay. Also having 5 mana untapped and a card in hand fakes Force of Will quite well, so if he has something big going on like Jace, and he has some, okay, that's a bad example, if he has some discard, I would say he would use that first. Perhaps he will be more inclined to play the 5th mana and have Spell Pierce ready or what have you, so there's no point of playing the single land there. Now this is starting to get big. I think. Do I go down to 4? With 0 cards in hand, he will have like 1 bolt maybe, if he draws another one. I'm not sure. I mean, we have 5 turns to find out, so I rather not risk anything. There we go. Now we will find Umezawa's Jitte and wipe your team. Batterskull would be nice too, but I don't think you run any answer for it main deck. So if you want to kill off a spirit at the time with a bolt or something, I'm happy with that. And do I attack with this one? So if he has bolt, bolt, Jace bounce, I mean, the only way we lose this now with the Jit is if he like rushes us to death with multiple bolts or something. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to block with this if I don't have to. So see, I can draw Batterskull and use him with that. So here comes the bolt, and a bolt not to our face. Oh, Punishing Fire. Let's hope you don't find that Grove of the Burnwillows. Please don't. We have Wasteland, but not here. We have 4 in the deck, and we've seen 17 cards, so there's a likely chance. Like Brainstorm for Batterskull and Wasteland would be pretty sweet. Now what? I think we're running a bit low on spirits. One will die to the click, and then we just have 2 more, so if he has Swords of Plowshares, another click. Like, we're not that afraid of bolts anymore because he's forced to use them on the guy we equip. So I take 5 here. Brainstorm. Alright. Top. Okay, so he's just digging for it aggressively. Let's see, what do we equip this one? Do we need a Flyers more? No. Mystic can be good later on. I'd rather save the sword, I think, because he can like equip. Do we have any equipments in his deck? No, I don't think so. What's the worst he can get? Like Tarmogoyf? No. Get you out of here. Oh, I forgot about this. So if he had another click, that would have been live. Wow. Do we kill those? Or do we pump him? That's tough. But we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not killing him the next turn. Don't know if this is correct, but I want to limit his options. So and we gladly trade the Mystic for some Yeti counters, so we re-equip over there. I mean, if he win with the Punishing Fire, he will need mana, so killing off the Hierarchs, I think, would be the right pick. Oh, we're at 4 life. Should have paid attention to that. Bloodbraid Elf into Bolt and we're dead. No Jace. And we're semi-dead because we go down to 1. Okay. Time to shape up. So now we have a Batterskull coming. Whoa, this is tight. We keep some dudes at home this time, I think. Yeah, there's no point trying to raise him now with the Batterskull. Yes, you will die. You will die. Can he have a sword on top? Can he? What if he does? Or did he play it this turn? No, he didn't. So, yeah. So Jace dies. We get 2 counters, and we use one of them to limit his options. So the best thing he can do now is to play Bloodberry Elf for Jace. The Bloodberry Elf into Bolt will kill us, into Punishing Fire will not. So what do we do here? We stick for Batterskull. Do we re-equip? I think we do, because then we can block. Pump. No, we're not gonna pump. Do we gain life now? No. We can do that in response to the Punishing Fire. No. Okay, Brainstorm. Jeez, he's digging. I should have left one. I mean, he would have been at 9 instead of 8, but we would have been on like 5 or something. So that was sloppy. So I can admit that, and we don't have to talk about that in the forums. Alright, so we're gonna grind and turtle, and I love it. So he was playing blue, so there's no fear for Choke. Engineer Plague, it doesn't have that one. Maybe Sylvan Library, but that's not good enough. And we saw no equipment, so that's not gonna be in our deck. Same with Meddling Mage. Pierce, don't think so. We have to come back to that later. No. Punishing Fire. I don't like this because it's no value. This one we will play. This one. Surgical one, maybe. You can't use him on Punishing Fire because he can respond by tapping Grove, and since that's a mana ability, he will have priority. Even if it's extirpate, he will be able to do that. But we can use them on Grove since we have Wasteland. And to be fair, the Punishing Fire without the engine going is not that great. He plays Click, so that should be good. Billion Green Man. Force of Will, not good. Discard. It's alright. But comes down to top deck quite fast in this matchup. So rather not play them. The one-off counterspell is fine. So the most definitely would be those. So Pearson, discard is okay, but the other cards in the deck are better, I think. Pierce, like, sometimes you get the Ancestral Vision, sometimes you can nail a Brainstorm and he digs for lands, but this always kills, stops Tarmogoyf. And that's better. So, yep. Not sure about Surgicals. Surgical or Battle Snare, maybe. Punishing Fire is like, it's about the only thing that trumps Lingering Souls, so perhaps should have paid more respect to that. Now, since I'm recording, I have to mulligan this. Yeah. This is about the same hand, but I'm not gonna go down to 5. Being on the draw with the Brainstorm is good enough. He's not running discard. If he was black, I would at least considered going to 5. We saw no Wasteland, so to be mana effective, we could like put this out just to wipe his 1-drops Hierarchs, but since he played none, I don't think he has them. Tarmogoyf, that's fine. So do we pretend to brainstorm for force of will? Because if we want to brainstorm end of turn, we should do it now, so that he think we will try and force this if we could. Sorry about that. No, I rather save brainstorm for one more turn. I want to. It's not that scary. If it was Star Confidant or something like that, I would be more aggressive with brainstorm. No, I shouldn't say that, because if I wait one more turn, I can dig one deeper for the land and the swords to plowshares. So, now let's see. No. Our only chance to win this game is to find a land in the top 3 cards anyway. And we did! We find 2 of them. Wow. Now let's see. Since he probably has some Pyroblasts and he's ahead on board, I think we have to set this aside for a bit. So we have one shuffle here. So next turn we're gonna shuffle, so we're gonna put 1 card back into our deck. What kind of permanents in play will he have that is not green? Thinking about not drawing this, since we have the Perish already. Yeah, I like that. And we have Jitte and Click. So normally I put Jitte back, but now I think it's fine. And Jace is actually better than Engineer Explosives. And we can drop the this one. So this is going fine. Well, I should say. Ooh. Ooh. I smell value here. I do smell value. I mean, he's running Shardless, so we don't have to fear Daze. And Pyroblast doesn't counter it. There it's the Force of Will, and if he forces, they will attack for 6. That's big. What did we put on top? Explosives. Right. We need a land, nonetheless, so getting rid of that should be fine. I think Batterskull. I mean, equipping this put it out of punishing fire range, but this one is also out of most ranges from the non-white decks, non-black also, because of Abrupt Decay and Swords. So now we're gonna take 4. Could F6 here, but rather fake the Spell Snare that I didn't have and did not use. So he's a bit all in on this, missing land drops and attacking. So I can Snapcast a Brainstorm. No, I'd rather stem the bleeding. If he has Force, I'm pretty much dead, but if he don't, he can draw it during his next turn. So perhaps should have perished turn before that. Not sure. So I smell Pyroblast. What do I do then? What is the plan? I think I'll end of turn click him. And then I click him again. And maybe if I draw land I can play Jitte too. And then hopefully I'll resolve Jace with Snapcaster. I mean, I can't really dodge Pyroblast, and I shouldn't either because he's so far behind now. And the better play would be this, but since I want him to Pyroblast, I'm fine with click. Now we can't Pyroblast, so do I Snapcast a Brainstorm and then play Jitte, I think. Snap cross brainstorm, play Jit. Yeah. I mean, if I find a land, I just want to. Since I have the swords, I don't want to eventually find a discard and be able to use it with the black swords here. Whoa. Oh. Good cards and land. We kind of want everything. But to be mono effective, I want to play this land and play Jit. So you get out of here, and we're kind of locked up with mono board pressure, so this is not gonna happen either. And we have yeah, the reason I put Batterskull back was because we drew the Mystic here, so we can fetch the Mystic instead. It's not running back to basics, no. So if we have Spell Snare, I have the Jit anyway. Time to consider. Green. Does he have anything? Batterskull. Let's see how this is. Because if it taps out, we will, yeah, we would be able to equip it. I don't like this against burn, because they will respond with the bolt. But this in hand, knowing that we have this in hand, he can't really afford to tap out because of all the value it gets. I mean, we can play 2 cards. I mean, we can have two turns in 1 turn, so to speak, and since he's behind, the discard will be really good. Alright, that was a bit unfortunate, the last game here, but I enjoyed the matchup quite a bit, and Magic is all about variance. And we kind of bite the variance. Got beaten by variance the last game against the Metalworker deck. So, see you for round 3.